Hi, I'm Aiman, and welcome back to one of my product review videos. In this video, we're going to be doing a demonstration of the Potane Vacuum Sealer. Usually, when you store your food, you store it in a Ziploc bag, like we have with this steak in this big 1-gallon Ziploc bag. But, in order to cut down on space, and also to get rid of the air inside of the Ziploc bag, they have a solution for this. Vacuum sealers. So what these vacuum sealers do is you take the product that you want to vacuum seal, you take the vacuum roll, you put the product inside the vacuum roll, and then you seal it. And what happens is it sucks all the air out of the bag, leaving only the product. At least most of the air, if it's not as good. But you don't just have to do meat. You can also do things like vegetables. Here we have chilies that are inside a vacuum sealed bag. And as you can see, rock solid. Not just because they're frozen, but also because we've taken the air out. So vacuum sealing is very, very versatile. That's the word I was looking for. So let's do a demonstration of how we use the Potane vacuum sealer. Unfortunately, I can't do an unboxing or review because it's already unboxed. Let's get right to it. Okay, so let's demonstrate it. Here is what the inside of it looks like. So right here is the pad where we're going to seal it. Right here they have a heater that basically warms up the bag right here, and then it creates a seal, which I'll demonstrate later. And right here is, oh hey Kopi. Wait, hold on. I don't want Kopi to ruin my mom's plants. And this is where the I've never heard something that loud. And this is the pocket where the air is sucked out. So basically you take the air bag, or you take the bag, you put it into this opening, and then if you look really closely, you'll see that there's actually a tiny little hole here. And this hole sucks all the air out. So what we need to do here is first we need to take the vacuum roll. This is what a vacuum roll looks like. And we need to measure out the product that we want to cut. So for example, we want to cut out steak. So I'm going to cut out about this length right here. And that's something that comes packaged with the tool in order to cut it. Because if you're not good at cutting straight, then it's very good to have this kind of tool right here. As you can see, it's very safe. It's not like something you can get cut on because the blade is actually on the inside. Sorry, I was moving a lot. But in order to cut the vacuum roll, you fold the bag. Make sure it's as straight as possible as you can get it, which isn't that bad when you're just folding it. And then stick this under in the hole. And then just pull. There we go. It's as straight as I can get it. It's a bit lower on this side. And then what you want to do is you want to plug in the vacuum sealer. By the way, this plug is frustrating to take out. It comes inside this little tiny chamber, and it's kind of jammed in there. So you have to like really pull hard to get it out. Very convenient when you have to store it though. And what you want to do is first you want to seal it, because for it to be vacuum sealed, it has to be sealed on one side, and then it has to open up, put the product inside, and then sealed, and then it will seal the other side. So let me demonstrate that first. We'll first seal this side. So we'll put it on this little rubber, this rubber lining, and then we'll close the top on it. So make sure that the part that you want to be covered is on this lining. Then you want to close the vacuum or the lid. And you want to close it until you hear a click. This requires a bit of force. So as you can hear, there's a very subtle click. Alright, so now we're going to seal it. There are 3 buttons on the top here, alongside these ones, which I'll get to later. Vacuum seal, seal only, and vacuum only. And it's pretty obvious from their titles what each of them do, but today, or right now, not today, we want to only seal it. So, it's not, is it straight from where I put it? It's alright. So, This vacuum sealer can seal many types of food, and it can seal dry food, moist food, soft food, and delicate food. Dry food is like pretty normal, like things like I'm trying to think of a dry food that's not like flaky. I mean, I guess you could use sunflower seeds, though I don't know why you would do that. Also, because sunflower seeds can store well. But there are many dry things that you can vacuum seal. You can also do moist things. And in this case, something like meat would be a very good idea for moist. You can do delicate things, which is things that are very, require like not a lot of pressure or else they'll break. For example, something that's very brittle, like maybe crackers or something like that. And finally, soft. Soft is for something that also requires a low amount of pressure and is kind of soft. Something like fruit would be an example that you use the soft option for. After the sealing is done, what you do is you need to press on both sides to release the lid, open it up, and you can see where the lining was, that there is now a seam on the bag. As you can see, I wasn't exactly straight on it, but that's all right. It doesn't need to be straight. That's the beauty of this. It's something that can be handled by pretty much anyone. So now what we want to do is we want to put our product in. And with this one, we can do any product we want. As I said before, it depends on the setting that you use. Or the setting depends on the product that you use. So for this one, I'm going to use steak here, because we just got some from Restaurant Depot, and as you can see, we already have some examples of it. Sorry, I just swallowed some spit. We're going to put it in here. Okay. So we got one here. Now the second one is going to be a bit easier to put in than the first one. I think I'll do a bigger one, if I can find a bigger one. This is a good one. And here we go. Of course, you want to make sure that you arrange your products so that it fits in the best it can. The way my mom was explaining it to me, you don't want to put the big sides of the steak on the same side. You want to try alternating them so that they like fit together like puzzle pieces. I mean, you guys understand that, right? As you can see, that's what they look like inside the bag. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of this glove, and we're going to put it inside the vacuum sealer. Okay, so for this step, we want to make sure that it's as flat as it can be, like resting on the table as flat as it can be. And then you want to make sure that the end of it goes inside this chamber right here. And that makes sense because we want this little part here to suck out all the air, which means that it has to be in this hole right here. It can't be here, it can't be there. It has to be inside here. Then you want to put down your lid. Make sure there's a click. I know when you put it down like this, it feels like it's inserted, but you have to push down. You have to hear that click. Especially with something like a vacuum seal, you need to make sure that there's a vacuum. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have moist selected because we're dealing with moist product. As you can see, there's air. And then we're going to press vacuum and seal. If we do vacuum only, it won't seal it after. But we're going for a seal after, so we need to do vacuum and seal. Ooh, you can even hear the sound of the liquid coursing through. And now, when we... Wait. It's still running, guys. Whew. Wait for this to finish sealing. There we go. After running the cycle, then you can release the lid. You can see some of the air is released. There we go. We have our own vacuum sealed steak. The best part about it is that you can just take it out instantly. This is not very warm at all, even though it's a bit tiny warm. And you have a pretty nice product at the end of it. The best part about this is that this one is way more easier to store than something like this, which has a bit of air and some extra space that you don't need to account for. Okay, let's talk more about this. Alright, so talking about the vacuum sealer itself, it's relatively new. It came out this year. My dad got it for about, what was it, $75, but now it is $85. He got it $10 off when it was on sale during Thanksgiving. Right now it is $85. It has currently 1,000 reviews on Amazon, so it's very popular, and 1,000 reviews, and also it's about 4.5 stars rating, maybe 5 stars. And hold on, let me measure this out a bit more. Next step, we're going to demonstrate doing this on some chili. He figured that if he's getting tools, maybe my mom should get some tools to enjoy for herself. And I'm dropping tons of chilies, but that's alright. This one came out last year. It's pretty new. So the rolls actually aren't specific to the brand. You can get generic rolls and just use them on the sealer. If you're interested, go check out my other videos, my product reviews on the Ninja air fryer. That is a pretty cool video. We actually fried some curry pop in that video. If you don't know what curry pop is, I suggest you go check out that video. We also did a video on this RCA, Radio Corporation of America fridge that we're getting from my brother Hizami, whose birthday is today, because when he goes back to MIT, he's going to need a mini fridge to keep all of his aloe vera drinks.